Hey everybody, Rebecca here. Today is 8/31/2025. Time is 1:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have y'all looking at EMSC and we can see that there was a 5.9 earthquake, South Sandwich Islands region. It was 85 kilometers deep. So let's take a look at our Mag 5s for the day. And we can see that there was the 5.9. And there was also a 5.1 today, southern mid-Atlantic ridge. And then our last earthquakes for the last few days we went over yesterday in the stream. So let's take a look at where this 5.9 earthquake is occurring, which is South Sandwich Islands region, and is the area that I was telling you guys to keep an eye out for. So we go all the way down here around the tip and South Sandwich Islands, straight in the middle. And if you can see, this is Montague Island. It is a volcano, and it is the largest of the South Sandwich Islands. Montague consists of a massive shield volcano cut by 6-kilometer wide ice-filled summit caldera. The summit of the 11 by 15-kilometer island rises about 3,000 meters from the seafloor between Bristol and Saunders Islands. Around 90% of the island is ice-covered, glaciers extending to the sea typically from vertical ice cliffs. The name Mount Belinda has also been applied both to the high point at the southern end and the summit caldera, and to the young central cone. Mount Oceanite, an isolated peak at the southeast tip of the island, was the source of the lava flows exposed by Matthias Point and Alien Point. There was no record of Holocene activity until MODIS satellite data beginning in late 2001 revealed thermal anomalies consistent with lava lake activity. Apparent plumes and single anomalies pixels were observed intermittently on AVHRR images from March 1995 to February 1998, possibly indicating earlier volcanic activity. So let's take a closer look at this island here. And it is mostly, as they say, ice. And this is the lake area here. This is the island. Let me see if I can do a tilt. Now, I'm not saying that this earthquake is a volcanic earthquake. However, it is close to a volcanic island. And this is Mount Belinda here. And let me see if I can get the name of this one. This is the other mountain here. So this is Mount Belinda. So as we scroll back out, this is where our earthquake is occurring, and it's closer towards Mount Belinda. And then over here we have the South American Scotia convergent boundary. And this is a convergent arrow. And I don't think I have my convergence turned on. Or it might. Yeah, it moves at 78 millimeters per year. So it is moving towards the west. And then this is closest to Montague Island here. So that is the earthquake that has occurred just recently, which I was saying to watch out for. So let's take a look at Canada's earthquakes for the day. See if there's anything been posted yet for today. And there has been nothing posted for today. The only latest earthquake was for the 29th. So tomorrow or Tuesday they should update for Canada. Also, you guys, there was I believe it was in Nevada. Let's take a look here. I remember seeing, yes, there was a 4.0 and a 4.9 in Nevada. And those occurred 22 hours ago. However, I missed updating about those. So let's go take a look at where this 4.9 occurred at. It probably was more like a 5.0. So let's take a look at where this Nevada earthquake occurred, because there were two within this area, not just one. And there has been an ongoing swarm that is going on in Nevada right now. So this area, this looks like maybe a road through here. These look like several roads through here, but I'm not sure what this is. Looks like a lake out here. Maybe it's for cattle, but this is kind of strange looking. There's always something interesting to find on Google Earth when you're looking through Google Earth. I believe that there is a... This looks like a mine over here. I do not see a name on it. Let's see where the 4.0 was located, because that was the 4.9. So we'll go back down here and find the 4.0, which was 4 kilometers deep, and see if it's in the same area as the first one. And this one's occurring on the other side over here. So I would say that whatever this is here, this is Midas, so the town of Midas is here. I would say whatever this is here is directly responsible for what's causing this earthquake here. This is Midas Road here. BLM Midas Fire Station. But doesn't have a name here. Let's see. Okay, so not going to look at it that way. Let's see if that's a road. They don't want you looking at that at all. Okay, so anyways, we can see that there is something here. This looks like mining to me. Looks like an open mine. It also looks like it could be oil as well, or gas. So there's plenty to see around here. So that's the earthquakes that occurred over there. There's also, here's mining as well. That's so disgusting looking. And it is Getchell Mine. And there's Getchell Landing Strip. Let's see, we got any views in the area? Nope, because they don't want you to see what it looks like. Anyways, that's what's going on in Nevada. So this occurred yesterday. So let's go to the full list again. Look and see what we've got for today. We've had a 0.7 Switzerland, a 2.0 in Texas, 4.6, which was 165 kilometers deep in Northwest Ryukyu Islands, that's Japan, 3.1 Kodiak Island region, Alaska. We've had a 3.4 in the Virgin Islands region. Another 3.8, Andronov Islands, Aleutian Islands. A 4.4, which was deep in Fiji region. It was 495 kilometers deep. 3.9, Virgin Islands region. So it looks like Virgin Islands is having a little bit of a swarm going on. A 2.9, Azores Islands, Portugal. It looks like the Canary Islands may be having earthquakes again. Remember, there was a volcano that erupted in those islands a few years back, so it's always good to keep an eye on this area. There was a 4.2 Gulf of California, so that means that California should probably be watching. Let's see where it's located at. It looks like it's located more towards California, so let's take a peek. Well, it's coming up towards California, so should probably expect to see more activity located up towards this area. And this is Cerro Prieto over here. So this is occurring, this Isla Tortuga there, so that's a volcano. And that's the North American Pacific transform boundary there. There was also a 3.0 Baja, California. A 2.4 in France. It looks like there's been quite a bit of earthquakes going on in Italy. And there was a 4.4 Kepulauan Bara, Daya, Indonesia. It was 305 kilometers deep, so of course we need to keep an eye on that one as well. And that's the biggest ones that I've got for today. Today is the 31st. Let's take a look here. There's been a lot of earthquakes today. Yeah, Virgin Islands is definitely having a swarm. Let me see how many earthquakes they've had today. Let's do by 31st. 31st. Virgin Islands, Virgin Islands, Virgin Islands, Virgin Islands, Virgin Islands, British Virgin Islands, Virgin Islands. Okay, SIN checked. For today, it shows there has been 3, a 3.8, a 3.9, and 3.4, but I bet if I add in yesterday, there will have been 5. 3.8, 3.8, 3.8, 3.9, 3.4. Let's just post them into Google Earth and take a peek. And these are all look like they're occurring near a plate boundary, which is the North American Caribbean transform boundary. And we have the British Virgin Islands here. This water here is beautiful. I've been to the Virgin Islands, and let me tell you what, the water is so clear. Oh my God, you can be on a boat and looking down for miles and think that the bottom of the ocean is right there. It is just so beautiful. But this is where our earthquakes are occurring. Okay, so what else we want to look at? Well, let's take a look at windy. Do a windy update. Okay, so we're going to do a weather update real quick. We'll take a look at the forecast. Hurricanes. We can see we still have this big area out here. It's still got a 0% chance in the next 48 hours and a 30% chance in the next 7 days. However, we're going to look at windy and see what the path of this thing is going to be. So let's go forward to the second. We can see it coming off over here. So we're going to watch this area here. And I just want to see how much it's changed since yesterday, because yesterday it showed that it was coming up this way and turned. So we'll see what it shows for today. So we see it forming. So then we're watching here, you guys. If this becomes a hurricane, it's going to be a big one. But it looks like the similarities between yesterday and today, it looks like it's slowed down some. And then it's going to hit that warm ocean water. So this is future casting here, just watching the differences between yesterday and today. And it looks like it's turning already, maybe. So like I said before, every time you watch this, it'll change. So because it's future casting what could happen. So I wouldn't pay any attention to this until we're actually on the 8th or the 9th. So we can see it looks like it's turned here, but can't see anything past that. Alrighty guys, so that's all I got for you today. Hope y'all enjoyed this real quick update. Hope y'all are having a great Sunday. Please remember to tell someone you love them. Tomorrow's never promised. Make each day an adventure. Also, please hit like and subscribe and share the video if you want other people to know a good update. Anyways, you guys, I love you, and I'll see you all on the next live stream or video.